Last but not least is Bob Taylor. Bob has been a vital part of Stevenson athletics since he started his teaching career. Over nearly 50 years, he has served as a baseball coach, a basketball scorekeeper, football statistician, overall diehard Patriot supporter, and an athletic trainer as well at SHS. There might not be a single other person who has worked here that has more dedication to Stevenson athletics than Bob. Since joining the varsity staff in 1980 for the baseball team, Taylor compiled a record of 665 wins. Probably good that it's one shy of 666. I just want to point that out. 300 losses and 2 ties, 8 North Suburban Conference championships, 8 regional titles, 1 sectional, and 1 IHSA state championship. And he continues to serve the athletic program as a freshman coach. Please welcome to the stage the newest Hall of Famer, Bob Taylor.
I'm an old guy up here compared to all these other people. I think the neat thing about it is, as I look out among the crowd, with the exception of one, I saw you all perform. I saw Chris Holder run over people on a football field and a basketball court. There was no distinguishing between which one. I saw Kathy sinking buckets and slamming the ball. Same thing with Katie. I missed your gymnastics. But it's nice to be nominated here. I thanked Trish and the committee that nominated me, but Trish started out by telling you what the school was like, is like now. I got this job 1 week before school started. Literally. I came up and applied for the job in May. I said, Mom, Dad, it's a great place. There's cornfields. It's kind of like being at home. I lived in the middle of nowhere. My school was 250 kids. We didn't have football, so I never saw a high school football game. And so, literally, 1 week, my mom and I are running around like crazy trying to find a place to live and get stuff. I lived on runway 1 over there at Palwaukee, which is, that was culture shock. The only thing I heard were cows and sheep and stuff like that. I didn't ever hear airplanes taking off. So when I started here, my father was a principal of my school, the only one that gave me after hours. He was a superintendent of a school. And he always said, in order to be a good teacher, you need to meet people. You need to get involved. Kids need to see you something other than in a classroom. They've got to get to know you as a person. And that's what I tried to do as much as I could. 863 kids were in the building when I walked in the door. Knew them all. 4 years, you know them all. You see them every day. When I retired from here, I'd see my freshmen, and then I might not see them again until they walked across the floor to graduation at Northwestern, as it turned out. So I came up here and I went and I was going to be an athletic trainer originally, and then something caused me to be a teacher, working with kids, I think is what it was. So I went to Tom Bauman and I had some training. I said, Tom, you need a trainer. Oh, yeah. So he gave me a burnt out garage to do all of my work in. I mean, let me stand on the sidelines in mud up to my knees and travel all. I never saw so many homecomings in my life because I didn't know what a football homecoming was. But the first couple of years, I think everybody wanted to play us because we were the farmers. The farmers. So then basketball came, and the coach at the time, I mean, you guys got to understand, we were playing football down at LaSalle, Peru, which is where we played St. Bede, which was like professionals. They walk out on the field, they only, was it 90 something to whatever it was in 2 games? It was all ugly. Ugly. But we got better. Then I went to basketball. They needed a trainer and a scorekeeper. And it's amazing, back in those days, a scorekeeper, you had to keep the other guy who was running the clock and the guy that was keeping score, keep him from cheating. You go to Wakanda and they cheat. Honest to God, the score was never what it was in my book. Or, no, that's not right. We got an extra timeout. No. Yeah, it's interesting being on that side of the book. And then Paul Swan asked me to coach baseball. We had a lot of games. We had 4 the first year. We got up to 6 the next year. And then all of a sudden, hey, we got a few more. And it's really hard to practice every day when you only have 4 games. So anyway, and that's where I started. And I've been blessed by having great people. I have 2 wonderful daughters who basically grew up here, selling concessions at the concession stand for baseball, running around the building like, who are those kids? Whose kids are those? Did you ever watch them? No, they're fine. They're all healthy. Nobody got killed. One of them fell down the stairs and raccooned herself. But anyway, so thanks to them. But thanks to the kids that I coached or coached with. Chris Piggott. Watching him play was like watching a gazelle. Honest to God, the guy covered the out. You take 2 steps and be from right field to center field. That's all it took. And on the basketball court, the night that everyone on the team dunked, and he was one of the last ones, and then the littlest guy on the team tried to dunk it, didn't work. But he tried. Kirby pitched for us. Anytime we had a big game, Kirby would pitch. And then when it was against Mundelein, we somehow figure out ways to not win. Chris, I just watched him knock over people on the football field. But it's the kids. My 2 sophomores sitting back there, they're now juniors playing football. One of them is a left tackle. The other one was a linebacker who just knocks the crap out of people, both of them. Al got pancaked last night, and if you didn't see it, it was in the middle of the field, and this guy was pounding on him, and he's going, see me. But they were one of their massive huddles down at the other end. They did so many huddles last night, it was crazy. But that's what's made me be here for this is my 52nd year. It's the people I work with. It's the assistant coaches. It's the kids. That's what makes it. And my daughters always say, Dad, can we go someplace where you don't know somebody? Somebody doesn't know you. Their first exposure to that was on an airplane going to somewhere. And it's Kansas City, that's right. Hear this. Is that Bob Taylor's voice? 3 seats up. Yeah, it was one of my former students. So that's what makes me keep doing what I do. I love it. Stevenson's got a great program, and the coaching staff and the teachers here are great, but the kids are even better. And your job as an educator should be not only educate them, but to be someone they can talk to, be someone they can trust, be someone they learn things from. Make sure they know you as who you really are, and see you as a person other than somebody standing up in front of a classroom jabbering. Who cares about algae or fungus or whatever? That's what I taught biology. What can I say? There's a lot of good questions, especially during sex ed. That was. Well, see, they're cutting me off out there. Shut up. That's enough, Dad. But anyway, thank you again, and thank you to all of you who came and all of the other inductees. It's a wonderful thing to be a member of the Hall of Fame. So thank you very much, and thank you, kids, for showing up. Okay? Have a good one.